Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another review. This time is the Super Saiyan Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. Let's get started. I'm really excited for this figure. I was really happy with it. Seeing promotional shots when I did, and it's actually great to even have in hand. So let's get started. I know some people don't like the blue hair and all this and all that. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the look of it. It has a very good Dragon Ball Super feel to it, and I'm just here for it. I am. I totally am. I like the neutral face hair. I like the hair flowing in the wind. It gives you real super vibes from Trunks, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the color scheme. I'm happy with the palette. I'm even happy with how soft the scarf is. Like, even though it's a piece on here. So what happens is, let me actually jump into that real fast. If you pop off the head, you could just take that off. So it's kind of like 17's whole ordeal with his neck joint. So for those of you who want to do cloth one, you can easily do that. For me, I'm just gonna keep this piece here, enjoy my life the way it is, pop that back on, and just be happy with what I got. I'm not even gonna be mad at it. So to pop that piece back on, you go over the backside first, and then you clip it back on through the front, and you gotta be careful with that, just not to lift too high. So let's pop this back on. Voila. So it's a nice joint, and it doesn't really hinder the articulation at all, as you can see with the neck. So you can tilt left and right. You can put the mouth through under the scarf, so you kind of hide yourself. Head can look up, head can look down, and rotate. So there's that. As far as the arms go, it's standard Dragon Ball articulation. You actually get a little bit of butterfly joint that rotates out, as you can see here. The arm rotates up. Oh, wait. Arm rotates up. Want to make sure how far. So we have one issue as we go along, is that the arm actually only goes up about this far, which maybe it's just me. No, it's not just me. So that may be something somebody wants to aim to change, because you're going to go up about this far. It could be mines are locking in somewhere that I can't see or figure out, but you're only going to go up about this far. There's a bicep swivel that's kind of just slightly hidden in there with the cuffs, and the arms are double jointed, so as you can see here. And you get your standard rotating pivot joints for the wrist. Now, it's weird that the arm can't come all the way up, because I see you actually have the ability to rotate it up. But I'm thinking that there is a piece that locks it in here on the arm somewhere. But I'll figure it out when I get off the review and try to dig a little deeper, so we'll see what happens. As far as torso articulation, we could actually rotate in two places. So you get a little rotation here at the top, and you actually get rotation here at the bottom. It's actually really, really nice rotation at the bottom. That allows for a very nice and decent ab crunch. As you can see here, you go this far forward. Now, in terms of backwards crunch, you can go back about this far. As far as leg articulation, you can go out about this far. You can go forward and backwards about this far. And the legs are double jointed. It comes all the way back here. You get as far as ankle pivot, you can go up and down. You can tilt left and right, and you have a toe pivot. So you actually have all the things you would want out of a Trunks, especially using the new 2.0 technology that they've learned thus far. All in all, I'm enjoying the Trunks. A little bummed out about the arm reach going upward, but I'm guessing if you're going to rotate or bring your sword above your arm, you wouldn't really have that issue. So, in hindsight, I think it's okay. I'm just a little bummed about it. So let's bring Trunks up close. Let's talk about, actually, let's put Trunks in a cool pose first. Let's put him in a cool pose, just to make sure that he can, yep, the neck can actually reach over. It's a little weird to see the neck, like when you pose it from the side, but when you actually pose Trunks like this, it's actually just fine. It looks actually really, really good. Let's talk about what Trunks comes with. Now, this is the big kicker for a lot of people. You actually get Trunks sheath from being Future Trunks. Same way you've actually operated all his other sheaths before. So you pull the plug out, you wrap it around him. No big deal, right? So let's see. Just plug it right on. There's going to be a back plug here, right at the top, whatever, his right shoulder. I don't know why I'm tripping like that. His top right shoulder, you've pulled the flap over, and you do what you always do by rotating it through, and voila. So it's on him very easily. You get two versions of the sword. You get the sword when it's out of the sheath. Very nice, very simple. As you can see, it has a nice semi-gloss design. Well, it's going to look glossy under the light because it reflects light actually very well. Then you'll get a broken form of the sword that you get in the battle with Goku Black. And you can actually put that in the sheath. So there you have that. So the more I play with this, the more I'm very, very happy with it. Or maybe it's just my initial excitement. The point is, as you can see, it's good. It's fun. So it's really nice for me to see this. Oh man, I really like this pose. Next up, we get hands and faceplates. So you already seen the one neutral faceplate. Then you have his yelling faceplate for when he is in normal form. I know it looks a little weird, but I actually like that goofy little Trunks face. Next, you get a Super Saiyan faceplate for looking to the right. I've always loved Trunks faceplates. Hopefully, I can look into see if those faceplates can actually match up on other stuff. So I'll talk about that in a second. Next up, we have his Super Saiyan 2 head. I like this hair and his sculpt a lot. It's very new and reminiscent of the Dragon Ball Super stuff. And what you do is you're going to remove the top hair and the faceplate here. So they're actually really nice, very simple and to the point. I really like this sculpt a lot. Next up, as far as hands go, you're going to get 2 hands for holding the sword, both left and right. You get Ki Blast or, well, I'm going to call them Ki Blast hands or Jazz hands, whichever one you prefer. You get 1 palm hand for when he's doing Galakun. And then what happens is on the other hand, which is going to be the right hand, there's going to be a piece for a peg, as you can see right here. And you're going to peg in his charging fireball for this. And you got to make sure it plugs in, because you can actually wiggle it around here, as you can see here. And they'll plug in very well. So that's very nice. And this will be the opposite hand for it, obviously. And then you get the other hand for the other side for when you want to do Final Flash or whatever it is, like you did with your dad. But this one does not have a peg piece, so keep that in mind. Last but not least, I want to talk about his spirit sword. Now this is actually really, really nice. It's made of nice soft plastic, so you don't have to stress yourself over it. It's not going to break. And you will place the damaged sword part in here. And voila. It looks very, very nice. Now you can cut whole gods in half with this. It's not, it doesn't sit there perfectly, but you got to be a little careful with that. Actually, it sits in very well. I didn't plug it all the way in. But you got to be careful not to wiggle it around, because obviously it'll come loose. Like that. So keep that in mind. There is a stage piece to help you hold it up as well. If you feel like you can't counterbalance the figure yourself, this is actually also cool as well. Now, real quick, I want to jump into size comparisons now that I've covered everything. So I'm going to get Trunks to stand up straight. We're going to compare him to a bunch of stuff that you guys like to ask questions about. So we're going to try to cover it all. Let's get the boy here. All right. First up, let's compare him to dear old dad, Vegeta. So I like these two size comparison together. Vegeta's not too short, but he's also not too tall. So we can keep that in mind, right? Next up, let's compare him to my Kit Bash Trunks that was made by my boy Public Enema. While this one is older and a bit taller, I still think it's equally as nice. So it stands a little bit taller than the new Trunks, but I like the new Trunks a lot better. Sorry, KJ. My bad, dog. Here he is next to Goku Black. Want to make sure everybody's standing the proper height. There he is next to Goku Black. Let's put you down, Vegeta. Now we're going to compare him to his Time Patroller version of himself. An older, different version of Trunks. Put Goku Black down. Next up, we're going to compare him to future Trunks from the original Cell games. Or pre-Cell games, I should say. The Android Saga. Here he is in battle armor. So now we have 3 different versions of Trunks here. Next up, we're going to compare him to Goku himself. Goku's pretty much taller than him. So yeah, I like these sizes as far as Dragon Ball stuff goes. But if you're into other stuff, you want to see height comparisons, stick around, because now we're going to cover that. Next up, we're going to compare him next to Marvel Legends Blade. See, he towers over him easily. Next up, we have a Mythic Legion, Red Blood Orc. They completely and utterly tower over Trunks. They make him look like the boy band teen that he is sometimes. Next up, we're going to compare him to a Mezco Kit Bash Cable. Time travelers team up with each other. Next up, an s.h.figuarts Kamen Rider Decade. So Trunks is actually pretty small on the list. He's not too much bigger than his dad. So I didn't even think about that. Maybe it actually runs in the family to be a little smaller. And I think that covers just... Oh, hey. Actually, an Articulated Icons Ninja. I think now I've covered just about everything except for 1,000 toys. But they stand about the same height as Articulated Icons Ninja. But yeah, all in all, I'm enjoying the Trunks. I hope you guys will enjoy the photos at the end. What's really nice is that it's something new, but something old. And it's something that we're getting very close to when Super's airing, I guess, in the US wise. And it's been long awaited. So it's nice to have this Trunks. Especially because we didn't have a real good updated one because we only got the Time Patroller. So this is going to be a great addition now that we have a new version of Trunks here. And I think that everyone should be excited because it's actually pretty good. In the meantime, guys, hope you found this informative. Hope you enjoyed. But most of all, hope you do good, be good, drink your water. Later.